You're going to love this story. Immigration is a top topic in this country, and especially with this midterm elections. And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has been an outspoken critic of President Trump's policies.
Thanks to the president's actions, we've seen a crisis unfolding on our southern border and across the country. The crisis was willfully and purposefully created by this president through his zero-tolerance policy at the border. We all know how we got here. The situation's a big mess.
Right, yeah, how did we get here, and where did you stand? But Schumer hasn't always sounded so opposed to illegal immigration. Here with a look back is Director of Policy Studies for the Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughn. Hey, Jessica.
Hi, good morning.
Jessica, I am amazed when I look back at some of the comments Harry Reid made on the Senate floor, how much he is like where the Republicans are at today. And now we're finding that Chuck Schumer said exactly the same things as President Trump does in 2018.
That's right. I mean, it's amazing to see this because, you know, I've been at this on the immigration issue for almost 30 years, and it wasn't as politicized as it is today. Right. It's never been a Democrat-Republican issue until recently. It's been more of a Main Street, Wall Street type thing. And, you know, it's a shame, really. We used to have civil rights leaders like Barbara Jordan supported and endorsed and promoted the kinds of policies that President Trump is now trying to enact.
But Jessica, just to back up your theory and how similar they were, Democrats and Republicans, 2009, Chuck Schumer, surrounded by 2018, Donald Trump. Watch on undocumented workers.
When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration.
Now they like to use the word undocumented because it's more political. I don't use that word. They're illegal immigrants. They came over illegally. Some are wonderful people, and they've been here for a while. They got to go out.
It's the same. They have the same philosophy. Who's telling the truth?
Well, I mean, I think Chuck Schumer will say anything if it thinks it will help him get a bill through that he wants for amnesty or help him get elected. But most mainstream Democrats would be wise not to embrace that and instead try to win back the hearts and minds of mainstream voters by supporting immigration policies that work for our country and that discourage illegal immigration and bring us border security. Yeah. That's what people want, but that's what the Democrats have taken leave of. They're so rattled by President Trump that they're adopting these policies just to throw barbs at him rather than get to a solution for our country that most Americans would support.
Right. Here's an example, Jessica, when it comes to our security at the border. Chuck Schumer 2009, Donald Trump today.
Above all else, the American people want their government to be serious about protecting the public, enforcing the rule of law, and creating a rational system of legal immigration that will proactively fit our needs rather than reactively responding to future waves of illegal immigration.
But we want an immigration policy that's fair, equitable, but that's going to protect our people. What the American people are pleading for is sanity and common sense in our immigration system.
Chuck Schumer had the sanity and common sense. What changed?
I think a lot of this politicization took place under the Obama administration, where the policies moved so far away from common sense and protecting the integrity of our legal immigration system and enforcing immigration laws that it's been hard for Democrats to find their way back to the mainstream on this. And clearly that's what voters rejected, that identity politics-driven, anti-borders approach. And, you know, any other Democrats running now would be wise to think about that and bring themselves back into the mainstream. I mean, it's funny to hear these statements from Chuck Schumer. He sounds like he's running for a job in the Trump administration in that statement on common sense immigration reform. And
Gotcha.
You know, this is what makes it hard to get real reform through Congress, though, because the Democrats have staked out such an extreme position now.
But they weren't always there. So if you thought Chuck Schumer sounded like Donald Trump in the first two sound bites, you're going to love this one.
People who enter the United States without our permission are illegal aliens, and illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally.
You cannot obtain legal status or become a citizen of the United States by illegally entering our country. Can't do it.
They are saying the same thing, only President Trump gets louder applause. Who's being sincere? Was he sincere then, Chuck Schumer, or is it sincere now, Chuck Schumer?
I think it's hard to tell when he's sincere because he seems to tailor his views on what he thinks is going to achieve his political objectives of the moment. But certainly, I think President Trump is sincere and consistent. But Chuck Schumer has not been consistent, clearly. So it's hard to know what he really thinks.
We do know. If we believe him in 2009, when he was in the majority, he had a chance to make things happen. Now he's in the minority, can make things happen. Instead, he's taken a position that it's untenable, that he doesn't even believe, it doesn't seem. And by the way, he's not anti-Hispanic. He used illegal aliens. When President Trump does, suddenly he has a problem with Hispanics. Talk about hypocrisy. Thanks so much, Jessica Vaughn.
Thank you.